Hello, what's going on, fellow racers? Welcome to Hurrican versus Corvette, the ultimate cheese wedge battle. And with that said, roll the intro. Hello, what's going on, fellow racers? Welcome to head-to-head Corvette versus Hurrican. You probably already heard that in the very title of the video. So let's get right into this. Starting things off in the good old Chevrolet Corvette, Lamborghini versus Chevrolet. Ultimate cheese wedge battle, if I didn't tell you. These cars are some of the biggest cheese wedges that I've ever seen. They're both going to be painted yellow because, well, they're a block of cheese pretty much. So let's see how the Corvette feels, I guess. Let's review this car a little bit. Handle's nice. I still hate the way this game represents the boost gauge. Handle's nice. Little difficult to turn. I don't know if that's just me, but it's a little difficult to turn. Probably just because I'm on cold tires. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't think the boost gauge is supposed to do that. Where it goes from -15 every time you let off the throttle. I'm not even like I'm engine braking. There should still be boost. I don't get it. But otherwise, this car feels really good. It's nice and smooth. It's a really smooth car. I can't describe the steering because how this game represents it, but its turning is great. You through this corner right here. Turning is great. It's a beautiful handling car. Decently powered. It's not underpowered. That turbocharger really makes the difference and is what puts this thing... Is this thing turbocharged? It might be a naturally aspirated V8. I'm pretty sure it's a naturally aspirated V8. Otherwise, the sounds that this thing produces are wonderful. The way that it handles is great. The brakes are subpar. They're not as good as some cars that I've driven, but they're subpar. They're up there. Transmission, always slow because it's a manual car. That's going to be the biggest benefit of the Huracan. It's going to be the transmission. But other than that, this is a really fun car, and if you want a manual car for a cheap price, this is where you this is the kind of car you buy. It's a race car. It's a streetable race style vehicle with a manual in it, a naturally aspirated V8, terrible gas mileage like every other sports and hyper supercar. And this thing is driving at a Huracan supercar class, so we may have a winner without even going to the hot lap. But if the Huracan can outbeat this car in the hot lap, well, then we may have a different story. But with that said, that is all that I can say for the Chevrolet Corvette. Let's see what it can do in its hot lap. But until then, let's take a look at the Lamborghini Huracan. Alright, we are now in the Lamborghini Huracan V12. Well, it has a naturally aspirated V12 compared to the Corvette's V8, which is supercharged, by the way. I'm an idiot. With that said, let's see what the Lamborghini Huracan can do. And now we're going to get to some actual comparisons instead of just reviewing the cars. So, first of all, as we all know, the Lamborghini is a lot more high class. It's a totally more expensive car, bigger engine. Sounds totally different. I personally love the sound of this car. Sounds better, but again, you're paying so much more. I want to see if it can beat it out for the price point. Like, I'm comparing based on price point too, guys. But I will give you a winner based on price. Overall, the winner, like the kind that would be the best to buy. And then I'll give you the actual better car, because, you know, you gotta do both. So much better handling than the Corvette. The Corvette felt soft, like it had soft suspension and it didn't feel race-like. Well, this, I feel like I'm driving a race car. Compared to the Corvette, that is. So much easier to drive, it's so much funner to drive, the shifts are faster. Watch that power kick in, the nice good old V12 power right there. Kicking in the full effect as we fly down the front straight. This car is so much better than the Corvette in so many different ways. I don't know why I'm comparing these cars. It's so much smoother, it handles better, the suspension is so much finer tuned. And you can feel it just in the steering wheel, and I'm doing this through a simulator, and just on the steering wheel I can feel that this car I can feel the handling ability of this car. So much smoother, the brakes feel a little bit better. And as you could probably have noticed from the brake temps, they may actually be completely better. Carbon ceramic brakes versus the standard disc brakes. These brakes are 10 times better. This track doesn't really compare braking power. That much. But it does compare a lot of other statistics of the car as we fly down the main straightaway again. Overall, this car is wonderful to drive. Such a driver's car, it's great. Feels like a race car, drives like a race car, it's smooth, it's easy to control. There's something about this car that makes it so much better with the Corvette than the Corvette. And with that said, let's see if the Corvette will make itself up in the hot lap. In conclusion with this video, I believe that in performance, overall performance, if you had all the money in the world to spend, Lamborghini Huracan would win. But if you were on a budget and you want a really good car for your money, the Corvette is the best way to go. And with that said, if you didn't like this video, go ahead and hit that dislike button. It provides good feedback. Otherwise, please like and subscribe. And with that said, this is The Racing Fanatic, signing off.
And